Hey everybody, I am back again. Doodlebug, well Dave, Mr. Parzik to some of you. I'm just gonna continue on this video that we started last time. Last time we started working on sketching, okay? I hope some of you have gone and tried doing some of this sketching, okay? It works with anything, characters especially, okay? If you want to take practice drawing your favorite cartoon characters, it's perfect, okay? Just break them down into different shapes. And I'll be doing that more. I'm going to be drawing different things throughout my time here at YouTube. And I'm going to be doing, you'll see each and every drawing that I do, the beginning steps that I do are going to be shapes, okay? So this is kind of a little bit more advanced now. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be taking this sketch that I did last time, these two artistic materials, one eraser and one x-acto knife, and I'm going to be inking them in now, okay? What I use for this is if you guys can see this, it's a ultra fine tip marker, okay? They come in different sizes. I have two right here. You can see the different sizes here. This is a very real thin tip, this is a thicker tip. I have tons of these markers, okay? And they're fairly expensive. You can get cheaper ones, but these ones that I have here, I don't know, $4 or $5 each maybe. So it's not too bad. They do last a while if you take care of them. Just don't take these and run around with them and like just treat them bad, okay? Take care of your art supplies, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and start inking this in. Now, keep in mind, I just have the sketch done. I don't have anything other to do with this. Since our last video, I did not touch this, okay? So first thing that I do is I just come in and I just ink in areas that I want to keep. Now, when you're drawing, if there's an area that is above a certain area that you know, like this part in the back here, I know that this little ball sticking out the end here is going to be over top of this handle part. So like this ball part, you see it over top of that maroon handle part, okay? So I'm going to draw it that way. If you were to draw over top of that ball part with the handle part, it would be, you would have a line going through your drawing, and you cannot fix that, okay? I cannot tell you how horrible a drawing looks with whiteout on it, okay? I mean, you can pull it off so that it looks fairly decent, but it's hard to do. As I know a lot of my students have figured out, as I'm sure a lot of you have done in the past, as I have done in the past as well. Sometimes it's just better at that point to start over, okay? And you'll notice when I'm drawing that I might not be following the exact line that I drew before. That's okay, okay? No one's gonna know. This is not something that, when you turn in your final project, like if you turn it into somebody, they're not gonna sit there and analyze every stage of your drawing, okay? If someone was to turn this into me, I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, well, this line was not like this before, and your sketch would look like this, okay? It's all up to you. So, you can change things, like Bob Ross said, making these happy little accidents, okay? I don't know if that's copyrighted or not, so if it is, I apologize for saying that. For this eraser, I'm going to kind of just do like the outline, and then just do like some lines here for the inner edges and stuff. So that's basically it. That's the outline. That's what I want to get accomplished so far. And I'm going to go ahead and erase the pencil lines now. So I'll take my kneaded eraser that I have here, my favorite eraser to use. They're fun, they're easy, and they work probably the best. Come over it nice and light, because remember my sketch was nice and light, so I don't have to press hard. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people press hard on their paper and it just wrinkles the paper. It's happened to me before, okay? And it's annoying, and I hate it. So make sure you're pressing light when you're drawing and when you're erasing, okay? And I can't stress it enough. If you don't have one of these erasers, go get one, because they work wonders, okay? They really do erase well. Okay, so from there, I'm finished. Right now I have an inked in drawing of what I'm going to color in now, okay? Now, my assignment for my students was to either color or shade these things in. So I'm going to go ahead and color one of them in and shade one of them, okay? Now, shading, And keep in mind, this is a sketch, so I'm not gonna make this professional at all in any way, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and shade this eraser here, okay? Now, those of you that do not know shading yet, I'm not getting into that yet. My students know this, so I'm gonna go through this rather quickly. Keep in mind, when you're doing this, you want the light source to come from somewhere. So right now, I'm gonna say my light source is coming from this direction over here, okay? So coming in from this direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and, with my regular pencil that I normally use, I'm just gonna darken in one side. Okay, so a cube is rather easy to shade because you're gonna basically have dark sides and light sides, okay? You're not gonna have a whole lot of blending, okay? So this right here could be it for the shading for this cube. Okay, I might add a little bit of a shadow, maybe like, so if the light's coming in from this direction, the shadow's gonna be capped, okay? So I'm just gonna do a light little coloring here with my pencil. And again, it's a sketch, so it should look like this. Okay, there's nothing finished about this project or about this drawing at all. This is something for you to do to, you know, get better. It's a skill to practice to improve your skills. Okay, maybe come in and darken a certain area so that it looks like it's actually up and close to the cube. That's basically it for that. I mean, if you want to come in, you can put a little bit of shading on these sides. Maybe because the sun's coming, or the light's coming from the top here, so maybe this front side is a little darker. So just come in, just not as dark as the other side. Now, with a regular pencil, you can get many different tones, okay? Right now, I'm just adding less pressure. So if I was to sit there, and I'll show you different tones that you can get. I can get like a light, gradually get darker, okay? So these are all different tones that I can get with one pencil, okay? You can even get like extremely light, okay? So you can do that with one pencil just by how hard you press down on the pencil, okay? So practice that too. All right, so let's start drawing this. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think I have very little color pencils here. All my stuff is in my classroom basically. So I'm going to work with what I have, okay? So I'm gonna use this as a reference out here. Now this is like a reddish brown, okay? It's more like, it's like a burgundy. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a red and I'm just gonna color it in flat out from the red, okay? Now when I'm coloring in, watch how I color this in. You see how I'm coloring in the whole entire area? And I'm filling in all the space. I'm not letting any area get, not leaving any white spots. So many people that I see color in like this, and they say I'm done. When I see all these white spots in there, and look how light it is, you gotta spend a little bit of time coloring, okay? Okay, so that's a good base. That's just a base now, okay? So on top of that, I'm gonna come in with like a brown, because like I said, this is like a reddish brown. So I'm gonna come over top of this and lightly color with a brown, okay? And it might give it, I don't know if it's going to or not, because these are Crayola markers, by the way. These are not, by any means, professional artist markers. Not that I'm bad-mouthing Crayola, but you can't blend well with these. You can't get certain effects that you want to get with these color pencils, okay? If I keep saying markers, I apologize for that. So just go over top of it. Maybe it'll give us effect that we want. And it's starting to. I mean, it's starting to look fairly decent. Now, if you guys ever like want to go out and spend some real dough and get some nice markers, or what do I keep saying markers? Color pencils. Prismacolor is a huge company. Okay, like that's, if you go into any like store, art store or craft store, they're the ones that are going to be like the most expensive. I used to have a set of like the expensive one, like the $200 set with like all the different colors in it, and it was amazing. But I mean, it kind of stinks because after, you know, the pencil runs out, you have to go and find some way to replace each and every one of them, and it's hard to do unless you have an art store, you know, within distance of your house. So, okay, so that's giving that a decent color, okay? So I'm going to take this same color that I have here, this brown, and I'm going to come in and add some shadow to this in some darker areas, okay? So I know for this thing right here, I can see this darker area around this fin sticking out. I'm just going to press harder. Okay, and you're going to see that it's going to make it add like that shadow that you want, okay? Make it darker. So I know on the bottom here, if you look on this thing, remember, now you see that I'm keeping my thing out here right now because I want to use this as reference. So I can see that the bottom here is going to be darker. So I'm going to come in here, color the bottom part, and I'm going to gradually get lighter as I go up because it gets darker, but it slowly gets lighter as it goes up. So the way that you achieve that is just by using less and less pressure as you go up. And it's something that you got to practice. So you start dark here, and you just gradually let off pressure as you get up. Go up higher, and it gradually gets lighter, okay? And that's something that you need to practice. It's all about muscle control and using less and less pressure. And it's something that, you know, you're not going to get the first day. Don't be frustrated with it, okay? And I like to come different angles. So like I'll come one angle, then turn it and try to come the other angle, smooth it out a little bit. Now I see on my thing too that the top part is darker and it's got this highlight in the center here. So I'm going to come at the top part too and add that shadow too. Now this is a quick job, okay? I could sit here and I could spend 3 or 4 hours working on this and make this look like an amazing piece. But doing it in 10 minutes is not, it's by no means going to be a finished piece, okay? Okay, so that's good. So now it's darker on the top and bottom. It's got like some highlights or some shadow around like this fin part. Let me see if I can get some white highlights in this. Okay, just coming in with a white color pencil does add a little bit of a highlight because I don't know if you noticed, but I can see this like highlight going down the center here where the light's hitting it. So like anywhere you see highlights, just come in with the color pencil and it'll lighten that area up. Okay? Good, so that part's finished. Black. Alright, so for the black area, I'm going to go ahead like I did before. And I'm just going to fill the area in. Now you'll notice with the black, it comes off like kind of grayish when you're doing it. It's a light black. If I was to press as hard as I can, it's going to be a dark, dark black. I don't want that. For the base coat, for the first coat, I want it to be a nice dark grayish color, okay? But I want the whole area covered. You see I'm coming in, going over the other direction. That's something I want you guys to practice because you'll notice if you color in one direction, it leaves streaks. So if you come the other direction, it'll smooth things out, okay? I want you guys to practice that. Okay, so now, just like the part down here, you can see it's darker on the top and the bottom. So now I'm going to come in, I'm going to add some pressure to it. And this is the same pencil I just used. There's nothing special about this pencil at all. This is a regular Crayola pencil. I like using this too because this is what my students use in class. So I want them to see that you can get these effects with just a regular pencil, okay? It doesn't have to be a special high-priced pencil. Just remember when you're doing it to go dark, gradually get lighter. Okay, make sure you're doing that dark to light. Don't just have it go dark, stop, and it's light. Okay, you need to have that gradualness in there. That I forget what my student said it's called. But yeah, you see how that's starting to take form now? That's what I'm expecting from everybody, okay? And then I can come in here if I want with the white again. Try to up this highlight a little bit. It doesn't really work on the black with the white. But yeah, so that's it. So I mean, if I was to come in here, I'm not even gonna bother doing this because I don't have a gray color pencil. So I'm just gonna end it here, okay? Now, well, I'll do one of them, like the back here. So remember, I said black is like a light black is like a dark gray. So come in, do some dark gray in here, put like some highlights and stuff like that. That's fine, but just look at your thing, see where it is. Now you'll notice if you're doing chrome and silver and stuff like that, there's a lot of highlights, okay? There's a lot of different areas that make it pop out, okay? So don't just go and color the whole thing a certain color and think that it's done, okay? Because there's different areas. And it's hard to do with a black color pencil, but I'm trying my best here because I don't have what I need. Now you see here, like I left like these white highlights here in the back. That's gonna make it look like chrome, even in the thing here. You can see these things on these things when you do it, okay? Okay, so that's basically it. Now if you wanted to come in, maybe with a regular pencil, look at the shadow underneath it. And just sketch it in there. It's just basically coloring in the shadow, okay? Now this part is actually sitting off the ground. You see how this sits? This part is like sitting way off the ground. So you might see a shadow there, but it's not gonna be like the other part where it's up against the thing. It's gonna be coming off the thing like this, okay? And that's gonna give it that effect of it popping off the ground too. Now that's something that we're gonna get into a long time from now, so don't worry about that for now, okay? But that's basically it for now. There you have two different art materials, shaded and colored in a matter of how many minutes, I'm not sure. But that's all I have, okay? So get with me next time. Don't forget, if you like my video, subscribe, and you'll know when more ones come out. I'm gonna try to get popping some of these out rather quickly because I like doing this. This is fun, okay? So let me know. Again, if there's anything that you want to see, let me know. I'm here for that. I love taking requests, okay? So that's all that I have. You guys have a good night, and I'm glad I was able to share this with you. Thank you.